Welcome back to Real Ass Affirmations. I'm Chisa Brown, your favorite mental wealth lifestylist. And today I want to tell you, take your ass to therapy. And why, right? Like you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, what? She just going to jump out on me like that? Yes, take your ass to therapy. Because a lot of times I think that people feel like therapy is only when you're in crisis. What I have learned is that therapy is there to help you to be a better person. It is there to help you to organize your thoughts because a lot of times you are just confused. Like you kind of know some things and then you feel some things and then is what you know and you feel the same thing. And so what happens is a lot of times, especially if you have anxiety and depression, you will start to manifest an energy around you that you just cannot let go of. You just don't know what is holding on to you. And what I've learned is that it allows you to be able to take that feeling that you're feeling and those things that are actually really happening and turn those into experiences that allow you to be able to articulate them to someone else. You are able, when you go to therapy, to talk to somebody who's there to not judge you, but who's there to be able to listen to you and then give suggestions to you based on who you are and what they know that you're going to do, your aptitude and your capability. It also challenges you as a person to be able to grow. And isn't that what we're here for in the first place? You don't go to therapy just to stay the same. You go because you want some form of a transformation. And I think that when we look at being in therapy, a lot of times we feel like, well, let's only go to therapy when something bad is happening. And it's not that that's not true, right? We should go when something bad is happening. But a lot of times you have people, and I don't know if you're like this, where they expect something bad to happen. And so when the goodness is actually happening to them, they can't fully enjoy the goodness because they're looking for the other shoe to drop. And a lot of times it will help you to understand yourself in a more profound, better way. It will let you understand that your feelings are just feelings and that reality may not always be the same things as what you're feeling. Because a lot of times you're looking at things from a feelings perspective when you just need to look at things on face value. So let me give you an example. If you've ever felt like somebody was talking about you or somebody was hinting at something or being passive aggressive and they weren't necessarily doing that, but because of how you felt about the situation or that person, then you put your feelings into it instead of what a person was actually saying or doing. If you've ever experienced that, some of it could have been avoided if you would have been able to talk it out in therapy. And it's really there to help you get the support that you need. So if you're in a judgment-free place and somebody is listening to you who essentially doesn't really have anything to gain except for the money that you're paying them for listening, they can then give you outsider perspective. Because what I know is, even if you say, well, listen, I can't afford to go to therapy, that's cool. But do you have friends and family around you who can act as your sounding board to be like a mini version of therapy? And I'm asking you that because I think that we do need a support group to get through this thing called life. So if you run it by 2-3 people and they all are like, listen, you might be bugging, then you can say, okay, well, let me really look at what I'm doing in this situation in order to be able to get out of it. So if you're going to therapy, take your ass to therapy because, again, it's not just for being in crisis. It can help you to gain perspective if you're trying to make some difficult decisions. And when we look at those decisions that we have to make, everything's not going to be easy. And when we have the ability to kind of look at it from the outside looking in, it gives us the opportunity to pause. And I'm telling you, if you don't know, there is power in the pause. There is power in thinking about what you're going to do instead of just reacting to something. And so that space that you have in therapy allows you to say, let me look at what I've done in this situation. Let me look at past behavior. Let me look at if anything has changed and see where I need to then adjust to this current situation. And a lot of times you don't realize that you've changed. Like, it's so incremental that taking your ass to therapy can really turn you into a better you. And I say that from the perspective of a person who will pop off, okay? Has been known to pop off on many an occasion. And now I take that pause and I really think about, is this really what I want to do? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't get mad. It doesn't mean that I still won't pop off, but it does mean that now I take the time to think about it and see what role I'm playing in my success. So guess what? Take your ass to therapy, because then you can get a new perspective, a new lease on life. And now, even if you go for just a couple of sessions, you will then be able to have some more tools to be able to cope with your ass, because you are the problem and the solution, in case you didn't know. Now, if you already go to therapy, good, keep on going. If you've never been, I don't care how well adjusted or well suited for something you think you are. I promise you, there has been some type of trauma in your life that you need to talk about. There's something going on now, or something that's going to happen in the near future, something that's already happened in the past that you need to work out, because it has already put you in a position of where you're at now. And if our goal is just to get better, take your ass to therapy and get better. All right? So, yeah, everybody, if you got a job and they got that good plan and you paying for insurance anyway, take your ass to therapy. If you said, listen, I need to pay out of pocket, call the therapist and see what they can do. They even have shit that is online now. So it's no reason that you cannot get some form of therapy in order to be able to help you. Take your ass to therapy. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Real Ass Affirmations, because I just want to impart to people that it is our choice to make ourselves better, nobody else's. And a lot of times you may have the opportunity to do it and you just don't. But if you did take care of yourself a little bit more, you'd be so much more amazing than you already are. So take your ass to therapy, recommend this to somebody else, leave 5-star reviews, all of the good things, but take your ass to therapy. Hey there, it's Chisa Penix Brown. I am your favorite mental wealth lifestylist, and I'm also the host of the Real Ass Affirmations podcast. And I want to let you know, podcasts cost money. Now, you might get them for free, which is a great thing, but I have to pay in order to make sure that you have all this great content. And I want to be able to keep doing that. But I would love to be able to get your support in order to make that continue to happen. So you can go to buymeacoffee.com/RA affirmations, and you can donate on a, whenever you feel like it basis, or you can donate on a monthly basis and become a subscriber. So whichever thing floats your boat is going to be happy and make me happy, and we'll all be happy together, because I'm going to keep on giving you these great Real Ass Affirmations, and you'll be able to support with not only your listens, but also with your dollars. And I appreciate every dime. So make sure you give it to the people literally, so we can keep on giving you these Real Ass Affirmations.